loves, how are you? So, this is a follow-up to yesterday's Feminine, the struggle is over. And a big part of what I want to talk to you about today is how we can open up to finding solutions for the areas where you still may feel there is struggle present. Okay. I feel this is a combo because I do feel energetically collective patterns are shifting and the deepening of our work is establishing in a new way. And so there is more support available to release the struggles. But I also did receive a very specific download around this for myself that I'm going to share here with you. Because remember, in yesterday's session, I said that I have accomplished things and I have seen results by following my guidance. But there are actually also areas that I have literally done everything I know how to do. I have exhausted it every which way possible, and I'm still not seeing the results at the level of what I have put in. And so of course, I go back to the drawing board and I pray on it. What am I missing? What is there for me to see? Because I'm willing to go deeper. I'm willing to go do the work. You guys know this is what I do. And sometimes we do just have to go layer upon layer upon layer, right? And that is part of the process. But then sometimes you take those layers as far as they can go and you sort of hit this void point. Okay. And when you hit that void point, that to me is a signal that you have done what you could do with what is available, right? And remember, yesterday I said many have exhausted what they could do within that bandwidth. Well, there's a part two to this because we are actually the ones building and creating the next bandwidth, my loves. Many of you are have reached or are approaching reaching a place and a space where we have not been before. Yes, there are the original templates that we have existing on this planet, and we have been reincorporating those and re-embodying those and renewing those. But we are also new versions of ourselves, and we are also continuing to evolve. So, yes, it's important to go back and retrieve and restore those true parts. But we are also here to embody in a new and deeper way. And we are versions of ourselves again that we have never been. And so, what I was shown and what I was guided to do was, of course, to pray to Source and my higher self and open up to receiving completely new, out of the box perspectives and solutions. Now, this is going to push many of you to your next level by deepening into your own self trust over what everything has ever told you. Okay. So let's say, for an example, it's something to do with your health, and you've been doing the supplements and you've been following everything everyone says. You've even gone a little bit rogue and found your own way in solutions. And maybe they work for a little bit, and then it seems like you're hitting these walls and you're not able to get to your optimal health that you know you're capable of. But in a logical sense, it doesn't make any sense because you're probably more healthy than a majority of people. But here's the thing, right? You are an, what's the word? An explorer, but that's not it. Like we're here taking things to the next level. Pioneers. That was the word. Like we're pioneers on the frontier of the new earth, of the new energy. And like I said, yes, it's reincorporating what we lost, like our deeper connection to the earth and our connection to source and things of those nature, and reconnecting with the body and embodying in a deeper way. But because we are also evolving and we are bringing more and more of our higher soul essence to this physical body, our bodies are also going through another level of evolution to match that, to catch up with it. So, in a lot of ways, the general consensus probably doesn't have the information necessary to support the physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies that are in process of ascending. And most likely, many of you can attest to this in the comments that your body and probably solutions that you have found have been outside of the box. It's probably been more intuitive for you than just listening to something that you're finding around. Like maybe you're looking at different things and making up your own recipe, right? This is exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean that nothing that you've done up to this point has value. Most likely, those are a piece of the puzzle, okay? But what I'm talking about is actually allowing yourself to go direct to source, direct to the earth, like I've always shared with you to do, empowering yourself in your own stream, in your own energy, in your own inner knowing, and letting yourself open up to those solutions of trusting yourself, because in a lot of levels, your body probably knows what it needs and your higher self knows what you need. The two might just not be fully merged yet, right? And it's also important that you're open to receiving the perspectives that are presented to you, because it may be something that you're not thinking. Okay. Because, like, for me, my body does really well with some things that people say are unhealthy. And then some things that are supposed to be really healthy for you, my body does not connect with, right? So we are very, very individual. And now remember, the more that we are coming out of the old program, the less the old programming solutions are going to work. Okay. And this is, yes, hitting physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, even financial, even relationally, even environmentally in our homes. The solutions that once worked may not work for you the same way, because you are evolving, you are ascending, you are becoming a different version of yourself on a cellular level. Okay. So even what we may have once thought sacred union meant, or having a true love partnership meant, if you look back on it, you may realize that as you have embodied more of your own self love, your expectations or thoughts around what a partnership or true love looks like have probably changed and evolved significantly. An example could be that in the old templates, this idea of self sacrifice and going above and beyond and putting yourself in detriment to show someone else that you love them and care for them was a way that we were sort of taught in the codependent manner to show that you love somebody, that you would sacrifice anything to support them. But we've understand and we've evolved in the new ways, and we understand that that's not healthy for us. That's not healthy for them, right? Because we've learned that more truly interdependent relationships are a lot healthier than codependent for both parties, right? Because now you're caring for yourself, they're learning how to care for themselves, and now you can come to the table in a whole new and different way. My whole entire point of this is if something is not working and you can't find the solution anywhere, my loves, it may be because you are the one that's meant to find that solution. I remember years ago hearing, like, if you're going to the bookstore to look for a specific topic and you cannot find that book, it is because you are meant to write that book. This is actually why I'm here on Harmonious Hearts, because when I was going through my intense dark night, when I was going through things, yes, I was able to find some supports, no doubt. In fact, to be honest, YouTube was a lifesaver for me. The genuine people who show up and share themselves were so supportive. It's the reason why I'm here, because I wanted to do my best to try to give back. But there was areas that I was personally aware of were needing attention, and I was not finding anybody talking about those things anywhere. And that was when my higher self said to me, this is because this is what you're meant to do. You see what I mean? So if you find yourself stuck and you're getting support, maybe also bring in this the perspective that perhaps you are the one that's meant to bring in the solution. Allow yourself to realize that you may be the one who's worthy of receiving that information for yourself first, right? And what I mean by that is, yes, other people can support you and bring perspectives and inspire you, which is what I'm hopeful that my channel and my sharings are doing, right? But ultimately, when we can find deeper solutions and trust ourselves, then we can bring more solutions to the table for the overarching collective. You see what I mean? So if you are feeling stuck, or you're feeling like you've done what you can do and you're not seeing the results, I'm just going to ask you to be gentle with yourself first and foremost, right? Like, be proud of yourself that you put that much effort in. But then it's also okay to be honest with yourself to say, look it, I have done what I can do and I'm not finding the solution. Source, higher self, I need you and I need you ASAP. And then from that point, your job is to allow yourself to open up to receiving new perspectives, okay? And they may come in the way of dreams, as random messages that you see out in the world in a whole different way. You may find that new things and videos or people, places, or things start to come up in your YouTube algorithm or when you're out and about. Really, you might notice if you agree to open up your perspective to see things in a new way, you may even find that some of the pieces that have already been in front of you start to click together in a new and different way. Okay. That's important too, because sometimes you might have most of the puzzle pieces. You might be right there on the edge of that solution, but you're just not finding the next puzzle piece within that bandwidth. But sometimes when we can just let go of the struggle, when we can just release the fight, and we can drop into trusting that the solution or the perspective is on the way, it just might have that space to get to you. Okay. Now, you can also pull out a notebook, pull out a sketch pad, keep it around you, okay, while you're open to these ideas. Just let things flow without judgment, without censorship. You might get the most random thought or perspective or vision or word. Don't judge it. Just put it on the paper. Okay. You might see a vision of a symbol or a drawing or a perspective. Put it on the paper. No judgment. Just let it flow. Show your higher self, show the universe that you are open to listening, that you're not shutting things out when they don't necessarily make sense just yet. Okay. Some of those clues may be the most important pieces of the puzzle, even if they don't make sense right now. Okay. Some of them might not come into play, but so what? Let yourself receive them and see what starts to come together. Okay. This feels really important because we have reached that precipice point where we are evolving in such a way that we're the ones that we've been waiting for. We're the ones that we've been waiting for, my loves. And it's up to us to find what works for us so that perhaps we can be the ones to share those solutions with the world. Okay. Now, what's coming to my mind is the part of you that is exhausted and has spent a lifetime of feeling unsupported. Okay. Now, it feels really, really, really important that you hold that part of yourself. Love her or him. Love that part of yourself and say, you know what? Did you deserve that support? Absolutely. Have you been doing your best to try to support yourself within this? Absolutely. Is it okay that you have not found those solutions? Yes, yet. Yes, absolutely. Now rest. Rest. Acknowledge that part of yourself that didn't receive that. Love yourself, rest, and just receive that acknowledgement if that's what you need to do. And when you feel ready, then you pick yourself up by your bootstraps and say, okay, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to open up to the solutions. I'm ready to let go of the struggle to survive. I'm ready to open up to new solutions for thriving and flourishing. Okay. And yes, I am going to be bringing in more supports around this sometime very soon. This topic specifically does seem to be deeply intersecting with that sacral chakra session that I'm going to be doing. And remember, I'm also going to do the free messages to support that. There have been some very deep energies that I've been working on to prepare for that session. And the reason I say that it intersects is because we are talking about the sacral chakra, the creation center, the sacred creation womb space. Okay. This is where the new solutions and the new creations can be born, right? But we're also wanting to sort of clear out and clean out the past creations that are no longer serving. So I'll leave you with that perspective, that thought. Of course, you can work with that in whatever way you feel guided. But I do feel some new things coming forward with this. And stay tuned because, like I said, I'll be bringing free messages of support for that. And then also the sacral chakra session for the Stabilizing Sacred Union 7 Chakra series. Okay, my loves. You're doing beautiful. I know that it's been intense. That's why I said if you need to rest before you jump into this next phase, by all means, honor that. It can be a very important part of the transformation transition process, right? You honor what you've done up to this point. It's important to honor and acknowledge everything you've accomplished and then say, you know what? Look back and review how much you've transformed. And then say, okay, I've done what I can do. I'm ready to prepare for my next phase, to find my next levels of growth and my next levels of ascension. This is a beautiful thing. Like I said, look back and see how far you have come. You've done beautiful. This is a signal you're ready to go to the next level, but it's also a signal to rest and honor that period if needed. Okay. It's kind of like being in school. You get the summers off, or once you graduate, you get a semester off before you start the next program, right? That summer, you take that break for a reason. It lets you integrate what you have accomplished so far, that honoring it, the being still is sometimes the exact place where you can receive the results. Rest to manifest if that is what is being called for you to do. And you will know that this is what is being asked of you if you feel too exhausted to start the next phase right now. That is okay. All right? It'll be there. It's going to be there. Rest, rejuvenate, and come back when you're ready. Or if you are ready now, roll with it, right? My sense is that you guys are probably all in different parts of this process. Wherever you are is perfect. Roll with it. Give yourself whatever it is that you need to have and experience so that you can receive your new solutions. All right, my loves, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this was helpful. I'm sending you so much love and a beautiful day as we head into tomorrow's 9/9 portal. I will see you soon. Take care. Much love. Bye.